Appreciate your call. All right, so now Josh is next for the cross-examination, and I want to open up his line, and I'm going to get to your callers right after this cross-examination, so anybody that have any questions, just call the number 877-280-9681. If you have any questions, just press the number 1, and I'll add you in to the conversation right after this particular cross-examination. All right, Brother Josh, so who do you want to relay your questions to? Well, only one person here.
Well, ain't nobody left.
Reggie. So I'm just going to open up his phone line, and there you go. Go ahead.
Okay, I want to continue the thought I had about the Super Bowl, then I'll get into my question, if that's okay. I just find it amazing that as an atheist, the most intriguing and interesting thing that Reggie can think of a revelation to ask of Stanley is who's going to win the next Super Bowl. I just find that hilarious, and I think that if Reggie really wanted to know something from God, if there was a God he was trying to test if there was, he wouldn't ask who's going to win the Super Bowl, because that would be silly. Of all the things you could ask God, I mean, come on. That's why I think that he's not being serious. He's being facetious. He's playing, right? He's mocking us, right? Anyway,
Hello?
First of all, if God, wait a minute. First of all, God does not deal with trivial things like who's going to win the next Super Bowl. Every time God gave a revelation to somebody, it was to benefit them personally or to warn them of trouble to come. Nobody ever prayed for some personal life who's going to win the next outcome of a sporting event. So to reduce God's wisdom to ask him something as trivial as who's going to win the next Super Bowl, that only reveals just how ignorant and narrow-minded you really are. You follow what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure there are a lot of atheists out there that if they wanted proof of God, and once this God showed up and they had a question to ask him, I'm pretty darn sure it wouldn't be who's going to win the next Super Bowl. They're like, finally, proof you exist. Let me ask you this. Why is there suffering in the world? Why do good things happen to bad people? Why did you let the devil run loose? They would ask something to the line of the stuff Danny was asking. Not no stupidity like who's going to win the next Super Bowl. But now, let me get into my cross-examination. I just had to get that out there. Reggie, and I asked you this question before, and you always duck and dodge it, so I'm going to ask you now in front of all the listeners. And this is for me and Stanley, on behalf of me and Stanley. What would happen to me and Stanley, not everybody in Christianity or believers, what would happen to me and Stanley if we reject atheism? We just want to continue to believe that there's a God. What would happen to us?
Nothing. Just like,
wait. Okay. You all heard them, folks. Nothing. So you are admitting that there is no change in our lives if we become an atheist, because you just said nothing would happen if there is no God. And me and Stanley continue to keep the Sabbath day, continue to sing in church, and do all this other stuff. And then we all die and we just vanish to nothing. There's no reward, there's no punishment. So then you are admitting that even if me and Stanley sit through a million debates with you and never change, there's really it makes no difference.
Can I see?
I got quiet. I asked the question and I got quiet. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, listen. I mean, there's thousands of other guys that humans have created that you don't believe in, right?
Listen, look. See, you're doing it again. This is my cross-examination.
No. I'm answering your question to the best of my ability. There's other guys that you don't believe in. I just happen not to believe in yours as well. To answer your question, nothing's going to happen to you.
Reggie, you have already successfully answered my question and the question of everybody who's been thinking this. Because you just said that Stanley and our life would be no different, because if there's no God, what's wrong with me believing in a God if at the end when I die, there's nothing? And if you don't believe in God and you're right, it's still nothing. No reward, no punishment. It's nothing. So wouldn't that, in fact, make everything you're doing pointless?
No. It's not pointless, because there's a lot of people that, for example, that never met an atheist, that never met a Haitian atheist.
Me and Stanley. Not a lot of people. Me and Stanley. Keep on me and Stanley. I said me and Stanley. I'm not talking about other people, because you're not talking to other people. You're talking to me and Stanley.
Okay.
Me and Stanley.
Okay.
And you just said nothing would happen.
Okay.
So if you just admitted that nothing would happen, you're debating me and Stanley, wouldn't that mean you either need to debate somebody else or just let this go all together?
No. Listen, I was invited by Sal, right, to talk about, I guess, religion, atheism, and whatnot. So I came on the show, right? And then I discovered a little bit of what you think or know, and so we're having a discussion, and that's pretty much it. It's very simple.
Right.
I would like to address more things.
I got all of that. What I'm saying is, if a Jehovah's Witness came and knocked on your door right now, and you asked him,
yes,
what do you believe? They said, we believe in Jehovah. We believe God's name is Jehovah. We believe that if you don't believe in Jehovah, you won't get into his kingdom. You'll go to eternal fire. You see a motive there. That makes sense. Okay, I understand why you're knocking on my door trying to get me to change. But what if that same Jehovah's Witness came knocking on your door and said, believe in Jehovah, and you need to do what Jehovah says does. You need to believe in him. And you ask, what would happen if I don't? And they said, absolutely nothing. What would you say to those people? When you, in fact, think that they're crazy, you're like, well, what's the point of you telling me I need to believe in Jehovah if nothing bad or good is going to happen if I do or don't? So this is my standpoint of view, because you made some statements about Stanley having mental problems on your channel, on your page, Facebook page, if he doesn't think a certain way. But in fact, aren't you the one that got mental problems if you're telling somebody they should change, and then you admit that if they get on your page, you know, on your understanding or your belief, it will change absolutely nothing from what they were doing before? Because you can't tell me nothing as an atheist that you're doing that Stanley and I can't do as a believer. As an atheist, you can get a nice job. As a believer, I can get a nice job. As an atheist, you can live a happy, fulfilling life. As a believer, I can live a happy and fulfilling life. So you just admitted to me and Stanley live on Sal's Debate Talk Radio that nothing would come of me and Stanley becoming atheists. You just said it. Don't try to clean it up. Don't try to take it back. You just said that. So I have to conclude by simple risk analysis that I need to keep being a believer. Because if I keep being a believer and I end up being wrong, no big deal. Nothing ain't going to happen. But if I stop being a believer and I end up being wrong, I go to hell. So that's the only thing I've been trying to get you to understand the whole time. Why start a movement when there's no moving? Movement's supposed to mean change. It's supposed to be something different. There's nothing going on. You understand? Hello?
Hello, Reggie? Is Reggie still there? Okay, I guess that's a moment of silence right there. Number is 877-280-9681.